hierarchical organization. The SP, Superintendent of Police, tells the Deputy Superintendent it is raining. He will salute and say, yes sir, it is raining. Because the subordinate is not expected to use his brains. That kind of thing. So these people find this concept of emotional intelligence extremely attractive, and we have a whole lot of them in various parts of the country. There are a lot of teachers, IIM professors and things like that who are there in this organization. A lot of people who are doing research there. The web address is what is shown here, very short. And some of us were the founding members. And all the good work done by, in fact, we had invited Daniel Goldman to come to India. He came and spent 2 days with us. We told him a whole lot of work that was done. He was very happy with it. And the best part was that after about 3-4 years or 5 years of this work, there is a famous university in the US called Texas A&M University. They gave HPCL an award for leadership in emotional intelligence, and we were very proud of it. I was at the point of the chairman of it, so it was in my name, but it went to the organization really for that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that very inspiring and interesting speech touching on various management and topics which are highly relevant in our minds and powerful. We are now open to questions, sir. We can remain on stage, and we have a 5-minute session whereby you're given an opportunity to ask any questions you might have on the presentation as well as the speech which is concluded.
When we talk of employee satisfaction survey, in your experience, how effective is it in private organization? Because do you often get true feedbacks from the employees, and how much they are ready to open up in a private organization? Public sector, okay.
See, it all depends on the organization, what they want. See, the data which I showed you is from the US, average of US, and the US is all private sector. Now, if the leadership of the company really wants to transform the organization, they have to do something about the findings. If they want not bothered about it, nothing can be done. Oh yeah, they're quite conscious about it. Because if the people are unhappy, the organization won't flourish. Customers will run away. That is for sure, no doubt about it. Whichever company it is. I have seen the changes in my organization. How our profitability, share price, all went up once we started these changes together. So it's a very powerful tool. In Gallup, they have a question called Q12, the 12 questions which talk about various aspects. Wonderful book.
Thank you very much. So if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. One regarding, you spoke very well about the balanced scorecard as a strategy management tool. From your experience in various organizations, what other tools have you found effective in terms of percolating strategy? Basically, in terms of cascading it down, to the lowest layers of the organization, because sometimes, particularly in Kuwait, communication to the lower layers is a huge challenge. And what other tools have you found effective? That's my first question. And the second one, you spoke about a very, very interesting and very relevant topic, which is the power of information, particularly with the abundance of data or information which is available to leaders and corporate leaders right now about big data, etc. From your experience, with this abundance of data, which sort of not just relates to your own organization, but sort of transcends into what is available worldwide, in the internet. What are some of the challenges that leaders of an organization face?
Yes, each of the 4 segments, down to the bottommost level. It took us about 3 years to do that. And then you link it to your performance advice. Okay. So when you set your goals and targets for your performance advisor, the performance targets for the year, what you do is that you set these goals and targets based on these 4 segments which we talked about, which is the customer, internal processes, skills and training and things like that. And like for example, internal process is the most difficult thing. You force people to think. We say you should have a minimum of 1 suggestion to improve all the processes within the organization to achieve the goal of customer satisfaction. So then you start thinking awesome, and that is the difference. And initially always, see, our organization we used to have only performance assessment once a year, and that was sort of a wishy-washy kind of thing. And that made people very unhappy because people didn't know how they were getting rated and how they were getting promoted. Then we brought in a balanced scorecard. The appraisers, the first thing we did was that we said all budgets, whether it's your revenue budget or capital budget, should be finalized before the beginning of the year. And after that, all the goals and targets should be set by April 15. And at end of year, within 15 days of the end of each quarter, every employee has to self-appraisal. And the boss has to give a reply to that, comment on his self-appraisal within 7 days. So there was put in place a system which initially people did not like, but over a period of time, everybody knew they didn't have to wait for the end of the year to know whether they have succeeded or not. Every quarter he knew. The second part of it is from big data. This is a new thing which is coming. Some of us are learning reading books, and today there are courses in various colleges which talk about big data. Essentially, it is computer based, and all ad agencies use it. Because if they want to focus a particular ad for a particular product in a particular market segment, we need to know what is the thinking on those kind of aspects in various economic groups that we use like that. And that is some substance. It's a little complicated subject for me to explain. That is it. Thank you. I suppose no more questions. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. First of all, your topic was very much relevant to us. And I have a question not from the subject, but from the natural gas processing capacity in India as well as the price. As you mentioned, in worldwide we have natural gas at 4.2, something like that, 4.2, 4.5. But recently I heard a news from Kerala, FACD is getting some kind of price hike in natural gas, something about $20. And India, you just mentioned it is in India we are just looking at somewhere around 8.4, something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of gas.
Sir, what is my point is whether as our nationalized companies, do we have any vision to a sustained development in the oil energy sector in India? Since, especially the 4.2 and 8.4 and something about 20 is very much, there is very big differences from if you are comparing to the worldwide economy.
Yeah, I mean, if you are from this part of the world, in Qatar you get gas for I think less than $1, I think, and they sell it at $4 to $5. That's a different thing. But even what happens is that when you internationally move gas, you purify your own sulfur, this, that, and then you liquefy it, transport it. These are very expensive things. And by the time it reaches, let's say, even from Qatar to India, or wherever it comes to India, for example, the landed cost after all the taxes comes to about $14 to $16 depending on where you get it. Okay. The 4.2 and 8.4 I was talking about was the gas from B6, which was supposed to, that is a field in their employ, where there was supposed to be abundant gas available. And this originated $2.3 per million BTU was a landfall price on the Andhra coast, which later was down to 4.2. And now it's in the process of getting further down to 8.4. And that is the gas flows which I was talking about. The pros and cons we discussed and things like that. So, for natural gas, it is quite possible that differential prices can exist in the same market, depending on the availability. Because the indigenous gas, the pricing is controlled by the government. That is the difference. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thought-provoking. The good tips for an excellent management. Sir, one thing you have been always emphasizing that in any company, to achieve this excellence, It's the people that which makes the company good. So is it not the responsibility of the HR while recruiting itself to take the right kind of people and then train them suitable to the company?
I think you have spoken the truth. The problem is that who really has the ability to select the best? As such, many will become. I was also a member of the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission Selection Committee, which selects IAS officers also. You see, in a 20-minute interview, there's very little you can do. We got trained by whole lot of psychologists, experts, and how to conduct interviews and things like that. You can probably get it right at best 50% or 60% of the time. That's my personal opinion. And normally, HR is not the actual person who does the selection. HR is the people who organize things. So, end of the day, any selection process, if you can get 60-70% right, I think it's a great deal.
I've never seen anybody getting anywhere near 100%. So you select a scientist or a good doctor or a good manager or whoever it is. Because what you select is for a particular position. After he grows in the organization, what are the traits that he develops or his internal traits that he did in an interview that will start coming out, and that is where the problem starts. So, but the sum and substance is that you are right. We should strive for getting the right input. As Jim Collins again talks about getting the right people into the bus so that they don't fight inside the bus. And the bus goes smoothly. I think I've taken a lot of your time. Thank you very, very
we
much.
have the last question from Dr. Neelam.
Thank you very much sir, for this wonderful presentation. My question is, see, one of the slides, you are mentioning 20 to 25% of the people in any organization, they are with a negative attitude, they don't produce, and even they try to change the behaviors. Yeah. So what is the strategy you use in your life to change such people into good producers? Because we are facing this problem in our life usually. So some good strategy if you get, that would be nice for us.
Yeah, it's a very crucial question. Since that when we look at our 25% who are non-productive people, they happen to be one of the brightest guys otherwise. Okay. But somewhere down the line, they are focused on good work that shifted. And they lost their way somewhere. Now the whole strategy was to get them back to the mainstream. If they have gone astray over a period of time, there is nothing much you can do about it. Because once they've gone that level, then they find that all the unhappy people get together. So there is a leadership amongst the unhappy people. So they feel some kind of self-fulfillment in that. So it's very difficult to change them. So what we used to do is we literally sideline them from the mainstream, put them into some side thing and move on. Life goes on. Because mine was a public sector, we could not sack anybody for poor performance. We could sack people only if they put their hand in the till, let's just say. So you have to be practical about it. If it was a private company, I'm sure, like in a GE, when Jack Welch was there, every year he used to milk out on the bottom 5%. Very ruthlessly. In the ranking, the bottom 5% every year was skull. As if they have some disease or something. That's the other extreme. The next extreme on this side is companies like public sector in India. Okay, so you'll have to find ways to meet out of it. But I suppose for an organization like yours here, I think you can do a combination of both. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir, once again for a very inspiring and eloquent speech. Can you please stay on stage, sir, for the next item on our agenda? Sir. The next item on our agenda for today is the release of the conference program. Sir, Arun Balakrishanan, if you can please come back on stage. We request you to please do the honor of releasing the conference program to the event manager of Kinetic 2014. I request the event manager of Kinetic 2014 to please come on stage. And I also call upon the data management convener, Mr. Gandha.